just moves out of the way
Nope.
when his opponent.
This is iconic, but this one from AEW is just so iconic. This thing like, oh.
What's up?
Yo, what up? It's Amaj back here with another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video by Pilana. The video is gonna be on wrestling spots that never get old. We got the old cheat and steal spot on the screen, bro. That will never get old until this day. People still do it to this day. Other wrestlers that Eddie Guerrero influenced, like, still do this today. So, like, that spot will never get old. The other spot of, like, The Rock saying, it doesn't matter what you... that spot will never... Well, I think it's more of, like, a promo. Never mind. But like, there's a lot of wrestling spots that were really, oh snap, that really never get old. John Cena spot, you know, the little 5 knuckle shuffle, or the 5 moves of doom he hit you with, that'll never get old. But like, let's just get into this. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're a wrestling fan and you love wrestling, and you like to see the discussions. Leave a like and subscribe because I'll be releasing these every day or every other day. Let's get it.
These are classic wrestling spots that never got old. We all know that Brock Lesnar was a freak of nature. We've seen him F5 giants, perform shooting star presses, and simply just throw his body around without a care in the world. Brock Lesnar is not human, and one of my favorite spots he does is where he lifts the referee with one arm. The first time he tossed Charles Robinson was actually very early in his career, but it wasn't until 2012 when he picked him up with one arm and threw him in the ring in order to pin John Cena. The Beast would do the same spot 9 years later during his Crown Jewel match with Roman Reigns, and I absolutely love this spot. It's hilarious, and I actually wish they did more of it. It was great stuff that showed Brock's...
That is so goddamn disrespectful. Lifting a grown man by his belt, like, it's like one of those damn cartoons when they just be like lifting him up like, what do you want, pipsqueak? bro just actively disrespecting referees out here.
Feat of strength. Seth Rollins is one of the best wrestlers on the roster right now, and it's because he's got some of the best moves in the business. The Falcon Arrow is always fun to watch. The Buckle Bomb gets everyone anxious because it actually broke people in the past, and then the Curb Stomp is one of the greatest finishers ever. He also has his signature top rope move, the Phoenix Splash. But the funny thing about that is that he never lands it. It's become a classic wrestling spot where he'll get...
It becomes a classic wrestling spot, and I'd be too concerned about this spot every time because Brody got a history of knee problems, and this is not really helping well when he fails this move and just land after land after land. Because, for example, remember when Hulk Hogan hit the damn leg drop every night or every other night? I mean, well, given Seth Rollins only probably pulls this out, you know, with special moments, but even then, still, it's still doing heavy damage every other match. Man, I feel bad for his knees.
To the top turnbuckle and then launch himself before his opponents move out the way. But at least the good thing is that he does land on his feet. I think it's hilarious that it never connects. It did happen a couple of times before, but at this point I like it more as a move that he just misses. A bonus Seth Rollins spot that I love is the Spear to a Pedigree. I know they do it all the time and Roman should learn by now, but I don't care. It's awesome. There's 3 things that are certain in life: death, taxes, and Cody Rhodes getting betrayed. It's becoming a wrestling spot that does not get old. We've seen everyone turn their back on their American Nightmare. First, it was Brock Lesnar, who pretended to be his friend before giving him an F5 and feuding with him for the summer of 2020.
I feel like Brock Lesnar's shit was like the fastest out of anything, bro. It was literally just like one damn night, bro, ended up betraying him. Bro, Cody Rhodes could just never catch a damn break, bro. He always have people that eventually kind of like, betray him. I feel like if he doesn't have a damn championship, it'll be okay, but he's always with a championship. So, like, people are envious of that. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, like, they just get tired of bro winning, and they get tired of standing in the sideline and being the good buddy. It's gonna happen at some time.
2023. Then there was The Rock, who wanted to steal Cody's story, and Rhodes would eat a slap to the face, and that is how the final boss was born. AJ Styles faked a whole retirement to betray the champion. The Rock turned his back on Rhodes a second time just when everyone thought they were friends again. The final boss convinced John Cena to destroy Cody Rhodes. Even recently, one of his longtime best friends stabbed him in the back. Cody betrayals have become a staple of WWE over the last few years, and we secretly love them because Cody plays the perfect babyface who needs an ass-kicking of reality. Samoa Joe invented a wrestling spot so simple, but
oh
great
my
that
god,
it probably makes everyone
legendary.
jealous for not coming up with it first. He simply just moves out of the way when his opponent.
This is iconic, but this one from AEW is just so iconic. This thing like, oh. Bro, I feel like this guy sold it so well, and this guy like actually made this way more funnier than it really, or than it already really was. Oh my god, that's a legendary. This is always a legendary ass nope. The nope is just legendary for a reason, but like he made it more legendary with this.
Opponents try to jump on him. It's such a funny bit, and we all love it. There's just something so fun about watching wrestlers fly at him with all their momentum while he casually just walks away saying, nope. It's genius stuff, and he could do this forever, and I would not mind at all. Something I never appreciated as
it's genius, and it's like reality, because like people could just be like, shouldn't I just move, or I'm just gonna get out the way.
a kid was the Undertaker's old school move. I thought the move looked cool, but you start to
dumb as
appreciate it
hell.
even more the older you get. That's probably because you aren't a kid who can balance on the sofa like it's nothing. So when I watch old matches nowadays where the Undertaker is on that top rope with all of his weight, I'm extremely impressed. You can even see the
I'm impressed, but like it low-key seems extremely kind of dumb, because like the person's just watching as their hand is just basically in there. You can just basically trip this nigga. I don't know, it's dumb in a sense, but it's cool, I guess.
rope struggled to hold all 300 pounds of that 7-foot giant. I could watch the old school forever. That's not the only iconic wrestling spot from The Undertaker. There's also his classic sit-up. When the dead man took a move and it seemed like the match was over, that is when he would sit up like he rose from the dead, and it was a highlight of each match. His opponents knew they were completely screwed when this would happen. Most of them would just try to get out of his way, but in the end, he would hit them with a tombstone to win the match. The best setup had to be the time it happened with Brock Lesnar, where they both just started laughing like maniacs. That took it to another level where it was disturbing, creepy, and funny at the same time. Anyways, this setup is so iconic that everyone who watched wrestling at some point in their life at least does it once, probably more. Kurt Angle was a wrestling machine. He had a great match with practically anyone in that ring, and I'm convinced he would have given us a 5-star match with a broom. That is how good he was. One of the things that made him really stand out in that ring was his intensity. Kurt made you believe everything you saw was real. That included his extreme mannerisms, the rough slams, and the tight submissions. The best was his classic wrestling spot.
Bro, every time he put somebody in a damn angle lock, bro, you absolutely think he's like hurting the shit out of somebody's ankle. Bro was just so dedicated for the facial expressions, and he was like, bro, he was a rabid ass Wolverine. I just released a video yesterday of like the iconic Perk Angle face. Like, bro, that was like a rabid ass person, bro.
He removed the straps of his attire. This is where he turned things up a notch. We would see a glimpse of the true psychopathic nature of Kurt Angle, and we all loved it. Once those straps came down, the crowd would literally explode. That wasn't the only thing that exploded, so did his opponent's ankles. Other guys have tried to recreate this, but they don't even come close at all.
Oh, don't do Chad Gable like that.
Intensity. The first ring collapse happened with Brock Lesnar and The Big Show way back in 2003, and it was one of the coolest things WWE has ever done, and it happened out of nowhere. You would think that a spot like that gets old, but it just doesn't. It happened again with The Big Show and Mark Henry in 2011, and it was still great. Then you had Big Show and Braun Strowman doing it in 2017, and it might have been better because you had the referee falling out of the ring. And the last time it happened was with Braun and Bronson Reed in 2025, and it delivered yet again. The smart thing WWE does is they don't run it to the ground. We get it.
Honestly, I thank God they don't run it into the ground. They do only do it and save it for like sometimes special matches with like, you know, bigger dudes and like people that weigh more. So I'm glad they save it for, you know, a good rainy day. Because if it's just randomly tossed to the side, doing it every other night just to get a pop, is just gonna get annoying.
once every 5 to 10 years, and that's just long enough to forget how good it is right up until the ring caves in again. One of the most important WWE spots is when Seth Rollins betrayed the Shield. That chair shot to the back is immortalized in wrestling history, and we've seen WWE go back to that many times. Roman used it in his match with
Bro, oh my God. Yeah, I get they go back to this so many times, but one thing that kind of gets me on it is just the guy that in the faint in the crowd, he was like, no, bro, that's literally sends chills up your spine, because like this was like the start of the end, bro.
Seth in 2021, where he disqualified himself. It was clear that he never let go of that moment. Then you had Sami Zayn, who did the spot to save Kevin Owens from the bloodline to a thunderous pop. Rollins even sacrificed himself at WrestleMania 40 to help Cody finish his story. Seth would do it again the following year to align with Paul Heyman, and we all saw it a final time at SummerSlam between the Shield brothers. Some people might think it was overdone, but I don't think it ever got old for me. Those moments were perfect storytelling, and the WWE also said that was the end of the Shield story, so as long as they don't do it again, I think I'm happy with it. Eddie Guerrero was truly legendary. I remember going to school telling all the teachers that I was going to lie, cheat, and steal, and none of them watched wrestling, so they were genuinely concerned with what I was saying, but they just did not understand how special Eddie was. His cheating antics took WWE by storm, and he quickly became a fan favorite. Guerrero would cheat often, and the funny thing about it is that it never got old. In fact, those were some of my favorite memories of WWE, and I will forever cherish those cheating spots.
I'm sorry, yeah, the most iconic one is gonna have to be with the Kurt Angle. That was on such a good stage. Plus, like, it was fucking creative. It was he absolutely like found a way to up the ante and be so damn creative every time, man. Like, who could imagine you taking your damn boot off and then, you know, rolling it up and stealing the win, bro?
One of the oldest wrestling tropes is a referee getting knocked out at some point of the match. This is usually done for some form of cheating, whether that's using a weapon or some sort of interference. It's probably the most cheesy thing about wrestling. We all see it coming from a mile away because we've seen it 1,000 times, but that doesn't matter because you can't have wrestling without this iconic wrestling spot. It is timeless, and we will see it for many more decades to come. Kofi Kingston's Royal Rumble bit is the best. The first time it happened was in 2012 when he did the handstand to avoid elimination. Once we saw that, we were hooked and we wanted to see more. It became
we got a lot of replicas after this.
The next year by jumping on Tensai's back before hopping back into the ring with a chair. Then there was a time that he took this wild leap to get back in the ring, and there's been times where Pancakes even saved him. It was always so much fun to see Kofi do this every year. It's a shame that he's no longer with the company because I wish that he stayed solely for this reason alone. It would have been worth to spend that money just so we could see this creative spot every year. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed,
man, yeah, the Kofi spot was really amazing. It had so many people copying it, bro. But oh my gosh, bro, there's so many iconic spots you can just really legit think of that's really amazing. But the top one on here will be Eddie for me, bro. Eddie always innovated and always found some type of way to do it. And for the referee getting tackled, bro, the most thing that always kind of gets me is when Shane McMahon just clobbered that, bro. He clobbered the hell out of the referee, bro. Made sure he didn't actually get back up, bro. That shit was iconic. Let me know what was your guys' favorite one. I already let my favorite one be known, but don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 900. Link for the original video will be in the description, and I will catch you guys later.
He was the best guy around. What about the people he murdered? What murder?